Greetings, everyone. Welcome. A little hiccup with Wizards this morning. Unfortunately, a little delay in functioning Arena, but we got there. They got there, so now we get there. And it looks like they're doing a roundup of reimbursements. I was auto-granted 1,500 gems from the draft we entered, but I do not yet have my reimbursement for the sealed we entered. I wonder if I get to keep those cards. I think probably, like, I could look. Let's go look. I want to do that real quick. Do I have any cards from this set, or did they just revert and kind of relaunch? I don't know. So let's look at Innistrad Crimson Vow collected. Oh, cool. So I got, hey, my only mistake was not dumping, like generating a bunch of gems instead of a bunch of gold, and B, anticipating this and entering and resigning from like every sealed deck I could, presuming that I'm going to get paid back for those. But that's all right. I like thinking about how to have gamed the system, but I'm just glad that we got the system back. Looks like we're going to get some. Yeah, right. Exactly. You try to game the system that hard, and like Lee Sharp is in there looking at the data going, wait a second. And then Lee Sharp said, who is this? Oh, this is Ryan, is it? No, I wouldn't do that. I just at least try to approach this thing like I'm trying to play Magic, and because if you exploit the system, speaking of exploit, which is in the new set, you know, the system in Wizards Coast set exploit you. Yeah, right. No shot at a preview card. Anyway, welcome back. We are here. We are going to do it. Someone who did not shut down for any reason this morning was cardkingdom.com. They were up the whole time. If you had wanted to spend Arena's downtime doing some card shopping, they could have been there for you. And good news, they're still for you there right now. Thank you, Card Kingdom, for all your support. Remember to check them out via my affiliate links. Let them know you got there from here. And then I keep drafting for entertainment more, and it works. It's like a million wins. Win, 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 win. Speaking of win, 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 let's do it. I'll do gold here to get some of my gemage back, and we'll hop to draft view. Oh, I don't think I have audio back because I got going so fast. I have not used my code yet, Mama. Thank you for the reminder. We're going to be sure to get our free packs and whatnot. Let's go immediately to the rare slot, see what we got. We have a 4/4 Trample Haste for 4 that has an upside apparently at 7, so I'm kind of already in for that, especially monocolored. What do we get on the flip side? Becomes an 8/8, and other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Trample and Haste. So kind of like win target game at that point with any kind of width. That seems lovely. What else are we passing here? Mulch is interesting. If just looking at other green cards in the pack, taking a green card. If seems like kind of blue-green has been the graveyard thing. So I'm thinking about that on the wheel or something. But what else is good in here? We were talking about earlier how this card seems underwhelming. I haven't read this one yet. 1 in a red, artifact. Enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Whenever you sack a blood token, you may have this become a vampire artifact with haste. Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's an interesting build around, but you're going to try and wheel those things. Good question. I'll do a load of untapped GG at least, make sure that my computer thinks it's going, and then from there it'll be on them. So I've done what I can now. Untapped GG is technically going. What are we doing? What's this? Oh yeah, this is the hard. Like, there's commons that just do this already. Like, I just don't want that. Lifelink build around. I will reserve that. I like an early build around, but destroy card. Grisly Ritual is the clunky. This is the type of removal I'm going to take late. I don't prioritize 6 mana removal. 2 drops I do prioritize. Is that good enough? There's this one. Maybe just simple value. I mean, it feels, you know we're gonna love 2 2s for 2 with upside, and this is just like free card upside. Let's try that. Or at least move there next. Circle of Confinement, 1 and a white enchantment. When this enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until it leaves. Whenever an opponent casts a vampire spell with the same name as the card. So the second line of text is maybe more constructed-y, but this is removal in white. What else we got? We got Wolf Strike, though. Yeah, I like our rare better than our common, and I like Wolf Strike better than Circle of Confinement. So let's just grab the strike here. What's the squad? Enters the battlefield if you control another human, draw a card. That's appealing as well, but I'm going to go with the removal spell. Weaver of Blossom is interesting too. Yeah, I like the Fixer Ramper. But good clean, well, not clean removal. Green doesn't really give you clean removal, but good removal, yeah. And a Cavalry, yeah, let's just redraft the white-green deck. There's another copy of the Infantry that I wouldn't mind. Vampire Slayer. Oh, Buffy. We need, man, if they're going to use the, I wish they would, I guess, maybe they could come up with a better homage than something is on the nose as, but of course I'm going to think of Buffy every time I see that card. But I'm going to go with the uncommon Training. I think this will be good in paired with green, right? Green's going to constantly have things that can train this even into much larger levels. You know, you can make a huge flyer with green. And then Quartermaster we liked. I think we found the same lane as we did in the draft that got wrecked, and we're going to do it. Yeah, the other side. Make this huge, and then make other huge things. Make the things that made it huge fly. Evolving Wilds. I dig. I think the matching gown is black, right? I don't know if that's a thing in limited. Imprisonment. Oh, if you're doing life gain, you could do worse than this. Didn't we have? No, we kind of passed the life gain synergy. I might just want the Scorpion with the Wolf Strike. Rescue. Let's see. This is. Oh, well, I guess I'm taking the Wolf Strike. Sorry. If I were more familiar with this set, I would have made a better, more informed pick there. But this is a good sign of our lane. Check out the pick 7 Wolf Strike. You think so? Yeah, I was trying to read and take in that 1-drop, and I felt like it seemed obviously solid in the life gain deck, and then I was trying to process it for others, and it didn't quite process it. Fierce Retribution seems another almost like a sign again. I mean, this isn't amazing, but 6 mana clean removal if it's late game, great, and 2 mana effectively kill an attacker has always been fine, even if you're racing. I mean, it does not clear blockers, I get it, but this seems fine for pick 8 especially. Trainee here seems great. We're talking about the Militia Rallier earlier as possibly thinking of it more as a Wojek bodyguard if you have a good contingent of 2-drop training. But I'm going to start with the Trainee. And then I still am trying to figure out these Ralliers and just how good they are. And I could do that with this pick, but I think with where we're at, with 2 Wolf Strikes, I am willing to take another Scorpion here and kind of shore this up as a good removal combo. Although this is not a great card. I don't like this may as well really say 1/1 Death Touch for 2, which I just don't like very much. We can take an easy 2 or just a first Evolving Wilds, might help with a splash. We kind of want to be human. When we in our first draft, if we were low on 2s, I would take it, but green white, based on our first draft, wanted to be humans. So yeah, give me a Vampire Slayer with the human. And then we set ourselves up to get some human payoffs. And like, not that it's going to be the same every time or anything, but in our green-white draft earlier, we didn't even play those wolves because we had enough 2s. I don't think this is a card, though. We're going to try and cut that. Well, hey, we get... Who's the genius now? I get the card that's going to do something in the format 15th pick or whatever. I want to get this out of my deck. There we go. Get out of my deck. What do we got? Another Wolf Strike. I'm going to start there. And what do we got here? Piercing Light. Yeah, we definitely would have Wolf Strike there. With the double Scorps, I really do like Tripp's Wolf Strike. How do we feel about Sharpshooter? I love the meme that I have for this. But I don't... Oh, training. Sorry, I missed the training. Obviously, a 1/4 reach for 3, I was like, whatever. But the training is real. Training is real. Training wheels. Training reels. I'm going to go with the removal, but you have me intrigued there. Yeah. If it wheels, it's a great sign, and I'll certainly give it more consideration should another one come along here. Resistance Squad. This is what I'm talking about with the human payoffs. What do we got here, though? What's this escort? 1/1, vigilant for 1, and we can sack it to give really something. It's interesting. It's kind of like they've made some really good 1-drop protect your other creatures cards in white of late. This seems kind of like a fixed version of that. I would rather just take the resistance squad here. Our 2s are looking good. Our 3s are looking thin. And with much of our 2s being human, I thought. 1, 2... Well, actually, we only have 2 humans. We're going to try and get more humans in the early slot. And we're going to try and... There's enough humans in this color that I think we take the squad and try to make that happen. Are we being cut on green? If so, I'm not too concerned because it's pack 2. We were wide open in pack 1, so I expect similar in pack 3, even if this doesn't go perfectly. And then here, what have we got? 6 mana. This better be incredible. Oh, okay, it's 4 mana if we have... Now this wants to be wolf deck, not human deck. I'm going to reserve it as I look at our sitch, but we don't really have anything to support that right now. So it's not really for us, right? What is? Another Scorpion, another Fierce Retribution, Rallier. Maybe this is why we try the Rallier. I think I'm going to try... Boy, maybe I just wanted another Scorpion, but I think this could be the deck... Like, we get enough training, I am sold that this is playable. So, let's see that. What do we got here? Uncommon, double white. Until end of turn, target creature gets +3/+3, up to one other gets +2, and vigilance. Kind of interesting. But I don't think that's great, right? Kind of on... Yeah. You think it's good? Should we try it? There's nothing much here other than Scorpion and Slayer, which I think wheel. I don't know if that's any good. I'm not sold on that pick either, but I'm obviously not at pace here on my picks. Crawling Infestation, 2 and a green, mill 2, whenever... Okay, so this is mill or die, like you get 1/1 insects. Yeah, here we go. Now this is where I like taking this over this Dormant Grove. Oh, no, wait, this is different. Well, Dormant Grove is interesting. I think we try that. I mistook this for the 3 and a green enchantment that is human based that doesn't seem very good. But honestly, what's the Scourge of Standard, the 2-drop white creature that does it every turn? I mean, that on an enchantment at 4 is still good. And then we get Packsong Pup. But Perish Blade, yeah. Wait, let's get the trainee. We want humans more than wolves. We didn't even take that wolf payoff, did we? Definitely want the humans. I don't think that's any good. That's too expensive. Another trainee seems great, though. That's Millhouse. Millhouse in this, especially pack 2. Slayer. Well, we've got a full slate of humans at 2 now, and the sharpshooter wheeled anyway. We have one Evolving Wilds, and not looking at splashing right now anyway. Massive Might would be all right, but maybe I should be like a little low on interaction, so we want to keep that in mind. How many trainees? I don't know. Let's figure it out. We'll take another minister and we'll figure that out too. Toxic Scorp still here. Yeah, it feels like this is the deck for it if it's anything. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop taking human bears and start taking interaction, but I just don't want an Adamant Will here, I don't think. I think we get all those we want anyway. And we have these wolf strikes that are so much better than that. And we're in such a great lane, we're going to end with 5 wolf strikes anyway. Let's just make 5 wolf strikes our interaction. This draws a card. Maybe it's not unplayable. Yes, this gets a lot better when you can Knightify it, but we have the Death Touchers that also make it great. Ooh, we had it's all coming back to us. We had this in our sealed. Well, I'm married to green-white apparently, because this is a heck of a pack 3 pickup. Look at this. We got 27 cards already. We're just looking to upgrade our lives now. We could do another Dormant Grove, and I don't know, maybe in multiples they're not as, you know, you do need creatures for these. Valorous Stance is some interaction that's interesting. Tyler, I don't want. This seems fine. But it's probably Stance, or if we want to really try to do the Grove thing, just take another one of those. I guess I'll take first Stance, and then if we wheel the Grove, we can consider maybe doing 2. But I worry about Grove Flood, right? 4-drop human. Maybe I missed that one. Oh, the werewolf, the 4. Yeah, the 4/4. Yeah, like this, a flyer that falters their best defender. I mean, getting your opponent's best defender out of the way. Oh, it's not a flyer. Sorry, why did I think? Because it's a Geist. I think I heard Geist and thought it was flying. That looks flyy, right? Look at that. It's clearly hovering near the book. I call, and there's wind blowing under it. Wizards. Yeah, put that in the not flying deck. Nothing beats Whippoorwill, but that can be in the deck. Still gonna give it a try. Here's that 4th Wolf Strike I was talking about. Now again, this is as observed. If it's night, like you don't get the free +2, but we do have ample Death Touch. But maybe we just want more. Yeah, no, I think you're right, because because we're not the wolf deck, I'm not sold on it. I think I'm going to go with an infantry here. If we were heavy on wolves, though, I'd be in, and maybe that's a reason to like take because it's werewolf or oh no, it's this doesn't make it. Oh yeah, this doesn't. Wait, this does the day-night cycle, which is what I'm talking about, like getting that going. So we could do that. What is the stalker? Okay, this does it too. This is a human as well. I guess this is as well. Let's do that one. Let's get the day-night cycle going with the stalker. I think we were weaker at that point in the curve anyway, right? We're actually pretty good at 3 too. So maybe we'll wish I had taken one of those Supernatural Rescue. Flash as long as you control Spirit. Tap. Sketchy. I think we just want to add another option on 2 here. But if we get 5 from here, given that we added a wolf, I like it, and we could add this as well, although probably just want the rider. Another, yeah, but we are heavy on 2s, but I'll gladly be heavy on 2s. I mean, there's another, man. I'm gonna take the rider. This one does have flying, right? I'm gonna try the rider. Rural Recruit. Yes, we get to play Rural Recruit. We didn't get those 4 drops that Alexis wanted, but we get a rural Recruit. Rural Juror. Rural should not be allowed to be on Magic cards. So now with like 4 Scorps, that's probably too many, but I mean, it's really interesting. The Wolf Strike. Hey, we got it. We got it. I think we have a nice mix, actually, of humans and human wolves here, especially. Another Scorpion. Okay. I said 5 Wolf Strikes, but it ended up being 5 Scorpions that we had access to. Adamant Will. Here's one of those. But again, you see it like maybe first Adamant Will is better than 4th Wolf Strike because of the lack of density of wolves. That's true. We got 1 human reward. The we don't need to really prioritize. Like, we can take whatever 2s we want. I mean, I think our best 2s are human anyway, but we do have the, where is it? Resistance Squad. I think that's the only thing that cares about it. We can see with the Oracle text search for human, see what has human in its rules text. Just the wedding announcement. But that doesn't care about humans, it just makes them. It depends. It's probably 16 lands since we're best of 1 and are going to top out at 5. But we don't have to be. If we feel like the only way we lose is if we get mana screwed and all we need to do is cast our good spells. But we're so dense at low mana, we can really operate well on 3 mana. And when you can operate well on 3 mana and you don't really have anything, you have 1/5 and we're probably going to cut a 4 here, then I think... when you can that's a combination with the best of 1 that says 16 to me. So how many of all these is the correct amount? Like, we don't need to just like prioritize. See, Vampire Slayer becomes less of a priority since we don't just need a ton of them, since all we're trying to do with the human thing is the draw. Where did I accidentally cut it? Where did it go? Yeah, I accidentally cut it. Right. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to face. And maybe, especially given when we added a little bit of day-night. I mean, the nice thing about day-night, I mean, we only have a couple, but it's not, you just need to do it. You just need to get it going. Cut wedding? You mean, oh, I accidentally cut it. You mean, yes, I hear you. Like, we're not cutting wedding. I can't click today. Hang in there. We'll get there. We'll get there. What's this? We're getting that out of here. I mean, it draws a card, but forget you. And this, we have such strength. Like, we're probably just not playing the Adamant Will. I'll give 1 of these a try, but not 2 right now. Here's our, let's put our removal all over here, and I'll get in this view as well. I'm not convinced of this thing. Yeah, we can even cut the other one. I cut 2 of them. I just held on to 1, but this wolf, we don't have like wolf payoffs, and this doesn't start day-night cycle, so this is completely optional as well. I'd probably rather have a... no, I would probably still rather have a 2/4 attacker than a 2/2 that happens to be good against vampires. I think most vampires die to a combat with a 2/2 anyway. I mean, obviously there's a lot of big ones, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of vampires just trade with this anyway. This Rallier, I'm unconvinced of, but I'm not... Well, it was amazing, but did you just happen to get it in amazing spots? I mean, this is not a card that is always amazing. Right? I mean, we don't need to play it to understand where it would not be good. But maybe it just gives enough of a big swing turn that it provides a huge advantage. Yeah, that's true. Maybe having a random Vampire Slayer to bring in. Yeah, it would be nice, a best of 3 thing as well. Where are we at on our split now? All right, and what do we don't like? I'm gonna pull stuff that I'm not sure about, like the Rallier. Heck, I'll pull this over here too. Sounds like we want to try this though. I can do that. I want to do the Stalker, the Sharpshooter, the Stalker, both important. This is too good. We're going to do that. We're doing that. Is this... Sure thought this was great when it had flying. It sure lost a lot when I realized it didn't. When chat showed me the light. Loving our rare there. Gotta have our day-nighters. I want to try the Dormant Grove, but I want to try this too. Man, this is good news, everybody. This is tough cuts. I think we are doing a lot of training. So this Minister I do find interesting, but it feels a little underwhelming. Yeah, right. This is me going with chat's understanding. Maybe I'll cut the Rallier. I mean, these 3s look good. Yeah, Rallier I cut. And, oh, we do get to cut 1 land. Probably, well, we do want to hit this, but this is on, yeah. I'm going to go like this, and then probably got to cut one. I don't need to have to cut our removal. Maybe we cut another Scorp. As Alexis said, the Wolf Strikes are going to be reasonable, especially given it's like what makes Wolf Strikes good? A Death Toucher or Day Night, and now we have a Death Toucher and several Day Night triggers. So I feel pretty good about finding value beyond just a punch from these. And yeah, given that, maybe this is our worst piece of removal, and we cut that, and Valorous Stance at least has 2 modes. We can protect something important. This gets us down to 1 last cut. All right, almost there. Oh, these early drafts are so hard, both because I don't understand the power level yet, and I want to try everything to see how it goes. But I don't think we're cutting any of these 2s are sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the Minister is 8. I want to keep those. So maybe something's got to give in the creature realm in the 3 or 4 slot. So I'm looking for a creature in 3 or 4 to be our weakest. I really want to try. It might be Dormant Grove. Like maybe this isn't good, but I really want to try it. Oh, I want to try it. And the meme value of the Recruit. Oh, this is like the hardest cut of my life. because it's today's cut. That's what that means. The trouble is I don't want to cut daybound, nightbound, but this is probably our weakest of the daybound, nightbound triggers. Do you think it looks actively bad? I mean, I guess how many counters before you're happy? So you put this out on turn 5 or 6, and then like it's like 3 turns later before you're happy. That's probably fair, Alexis, that this might be a little clunky. And you're not super happy until you've gotten several upkeeps with it and, or, you know, beginnings of combat. And no counter synergy is fair. I know we don't have wolf synergy per se, but I really love having this. Having 8 playables before turn 3 is nice. I like that. All right, I'm going to cut the Grove then. We can experiment with that some other time. And I'm going to get some sweet lands instead of these lands. Do you think they put default lands into the... That's what they were doing with their time during this patching, right? They realized they forgot to put default lands in and stopped everything to run and do that today. Since this is kind of our exploration of trainee and mentor, we're going to call this, and we're early in the format, Teach Me. And this trainee needs your help. Yeah, just attackers. That's why, like, if it had blockers, it would have that utility as well. Big difference when it only gets 1 turn side of combat, right? All right. Let's see if I left any memes on. No. Did all those memes, none of them for free for you now. Thank you. Hopefully we get some good draws here. You can tell me how you think we're going to do with this. No 2, despite all those 2s, but maybe we'll draw 1. If not, we have 3s at least, and we do have a 1. So we're getting on board before 3 here. And you got, what, 7 outs to a 2-drop. Out of 33, so about 1 and 4.5, 1 and 5, 1 and 5. We missed. Probably want to go Resistance Squad, draw a card, try to get this oddity down, and then start riding. That's true. We can start training, but the thing is, the Minister even, you know, we need a 3rd creature, right? Minister plus Rider plus something else. Unless I'm misreading things. But I do see how Minister and 2 training creatures can go back and forth and stair-step the 2 training creatures, right? There's our 4th land. That's nice. Oh, Oppo is, I just noticed, in a bad way. Sorry, Oppo. I'm sure their hand gets going pretty nicely at 2. They're a diamond player who's kept a 1 lander, so you know if they do drop a land, they're doing something. I have kept my share of one landers, and it can look so bizarre to a newer player. Like, how could you possibly keep a one lander? But when you're on the draw and you're like, oh, any land, and boom, my hand gets going. I can function on one more land and I have 2 draws to get it. It can absolutely be correct over a random 6. Yeah, that's a little weird, right? What's that about? They must have gone away. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry, here I am talking about the ways in which you keep a one lander, but obviously they had a play. So I think we just got a freebie here. Unfortunate, this hand looked cool. I was looking forward to playing it out. But looks like we're just waiting for a timeout now. Sorry for the over-analysis of an AFK. We'll just do this. How about this? Oh, learning your cards. I want to give him a chance, Alexis. You know. I'm gonna go get a beverage. Maybe that'll wake me up. I'm so good.
Thank you. We got one!
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Yonder cider, is that a hard cider? I don't really drink, so my opinion on alcohol is get screwdrivers, or actually the best drink is for me is Greyhound, grapefruit and vodka. Grapefruit juice and vodka. Fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Fresh squeezed Greyhound is my favorite, but I don't really like. I don't. But if you were to, like, if we were gonna hang out and drink, and you're like, Ryan, pick something to drink tonight, that's hard cider would be a close second to just vodka and the right citrus. This looks like a keep, despite the lack of 2s. Oppo going first. We have a good shot to find something to do on 2. Maybe there's nothing to do on 3 even. I think we have to keep this. It looks too nice. Would you ship this though, Alexis, on the draw? I feel like on the draw we take the chance of finding something by 3. We do have our rare that I'll remember how to use this time. I'm going to keep it.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
No 2. We did find something to do on 3. Just a bomb. Too bad we didn't find a 2, because then we could get this going right away. But at least there's at least something to do on 2. Or on 3. I should look at what my opponent's creatures are doing, because that's sick. Oppo over there going off while I'm not doing much. Oh, otherwise it made the creature great. Yeah, I'm reading. I'll learn my cards eventually, but I hate learning games. I gotta learn a new game. Thirst is great. Oppo's playing some great cards and doing great things with them. We're kind of getting rolled here. I took a chance. I mean, we had, like, what was the count of... We had 8 meaningful plays before 2, and then another 7 more at 3? But if you feel like starting at 3 is just doom, sure. Yeah, Oddity draws, but we're at 13 facing a big crackback, so can we afford to do that now? I'm not, you know I love value, but I'm more interested in getting 2 creatures for 1 here. If we get wide enough, we can start threatening to block this and actually recover. Let me read this card again. It'll get through to me. Wedding announcement counter. If we attack, draw a card, and then we're going to get our... end of next turn, we're going to get our... Anthem effect, which is why Oppo is willing to trade creatures here. Unfortunately, we lost our piggy, but you get your meme even though it's late. Hold on a second. What the hell is that thing called? Rural Recruit. Oppo's only ascending 4, and we're about to get pretty big on the ground. So even though Oppo is doing really a lot of powerful stuff here, hopefully our rare is going to save us and give us 3 2/2s plus pumping the rest of our team for 1 card. So we're going to take this and try to survive on the strength of our rare after we play out some more stuff here. We could even leave up Wolf Strike. And that does let us use all of our mana. We can play the Oddity, of course. It's just big, but again, it's not at its best here anyway. I think we go trainee, leave up, strike. Yeah, who do we kill? I think we got to kill the engine, the exploit engine here, and the Skull Scob. This is pretty great. And it's going to trigger this. Well, we could kill this first and try to get this later. Maybe that's the thing. I mean, this just immediately gives them more value. Yeah, but... Yeah, exactly. So let's go like this and like this. Hit that thing dead. It's we were going to trigger something no matter what, right? Man, it's just rough. We really need a second piece of removal, but we should put up a good D right now. I like shields down against blue. Don't even give them an upkeep. If they had mana up, then yes, you wait and do it in upkeep, because then if they do have it, you make them spend their mana in upkeep. But if they're actually shields down, you go for it while shields are down. But normally it's the presence of counterspells that cause you to wait until upkeep, if they're showing that possibility, right? Yeah, we were looking miserable, and then I just knew we would happen to draw a rare that could dig us out of an impossible situation, apparently. I can't believe we're in this. I'm happy to trade all this stuff off, because... they're the one exploiting. If they want to give up decent exploit fodder, I think we got to take all these trades. I could put the trainee out there. Maybe we make them have it on the trainee front. We got this and this coming, so if they have something to get our 2-drop, like, who cares, right? So I think I like this. You want to preserve it? Well, it's a good 2-drop. Math's not wrong about that. But we just have a lot behind. I'm gonna let it go, Math. If they have it, great. And it feels like it is something. I don't know what there is in terms of deal damage to kill damaged creature or whatever. But I'm gonna call the bluff, or assuming that like this dying is a bluff. Wow, not they could have killed the trainee and chose our token instead. It's interesting. AKA didn't seem correct. Now I like Oddity, which has haste. If you ever read this card, you would know that. Has haste. And then we can have it train the trainee into a 3/4. 3/4 at least gets the scob if they want a double block. Oddity also loses to a double block. That's not the best, really. Yeah, this has training too. Sorry, that's right. So we'll send everything. They can't. Will Oddity be a 5/5? Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot my own enchantment. Y'all are geniuses. Let's go. I like that how automated that is. That's something that, you know, design and digital R&D have been working on for a long time, trying to get templating that's not only good for paper but good for automated play in situations like this. Right? That I didn't have to click anything, and the rules engine took care of it. Like having the sharpshooter here against these flyers. And we can 2-spell here with these two. And this 2-spelling is going to be better than just the flyer. Yep, don't worry, I'm not going to cast anything until I figure out attacks, but I just want to figure out what we're casting first. And they're at 9, so there's a forced block here. They can throw this in front of one of the 4/4s or 4 powers and bounce, but then we still just win. So I guess they have to chump the Oddity, so that's great. We'll see if they got anything at 1 black. So no, they oh, and then the trample still gets there too. No, so they survive at 1. Great. So yeah, well, I think now the question is, are we playing around sweepers? We could just play the sharpshooter, but with this close to death, I think we make him have the sweeper and we play all the defense we can. Yeah, learning interesting things about training while playing it. The thing that didn't punch through my brain until just that attack or this whole sequence was how multiple trainees can make your big creature a multi-mentor. If this had been, we called it reverse mentor, but if Oddity had mentor, I would have had to choose which of these to buff, right? It was the fact that it's super mentor. It's not reverse mentor. It's reverse super mentor. And I'm just blocking everything at 5, and with this many attackers, of course. Yeah, you do need a big guy. I'm now seeing the value of, you know, that 1-drop human, again, because of the stair-stepping it can do with training, but also because it can make things big guys that aren't big guys.
So you get Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Let me update my record too. You say read the cards, I say scoreboard. Blah. I mean, just have a plains here, and this is so perfect, or an evolving wilds as it is on the play. I don't even know if, I mean, I liked it before. I mean, I kept the other one when we had both colors of mana. That's pretty huge. I think we have to send this back because our early game is contingent. I'm doing the ask two things again. Like, what would make this hand good? I guess a plains in and of itself, a plains and a plains alone would make this hand pretty good, right? A plains alone would make this keepable, and I'd be happy about it. But if we don't have a plains in the top two cards, it's real bad unless we specifically get cheap green drops. And I think that's just asking a lot. I guess cheap green drops or a plains, and our deck has 8 plains and then a wolf and a scorpion. So there's like 10 cards we could draw that wouldn't suck. We got 10 cards that we could draw that wouldn't suck, but we're on the play. We don't get 2 shots at it. So yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. And this looks better. We're gonna keep it and ditch our 5-drop for now. We'll play the wolf. It attacks. Oh, I guess we want to get a trainee going early ASAP, right? So let's actually play trainee into something we hope to train it with. These Parish Blade trainees need a 2-powered 3-mana hasty. 2+ power, of course. I like seeing a 1/3 in that we can attack into, because this is a trouble. Like you could, by the time you get this engine going, it might be too late. Oh, I didn't notice. Did it pause there on single blue? We can look, and it depends on if there's other single blue instance. I can't remember off the top of my head. There often is some random blue instant, but good to keep in mind. Let's see. Let's get the wolf down because it's most likely to have a clean attack next turn. I suppose I should have attacked with trainee to see if they wanted to block. It was a free attack, basically. Okay, this is why I was happy to play the wolf. Because we have 4 toughness on attacks we can send in here. If we had the infantry, they could double block the infantry for free, basically. But now we do get an attack in here. Unfortunately, if this were a forest, obviously we could just play the oddity. But this will do. And then we can drop the cavalry. Yeah, if the only other possibility is on your own critters spell, and they didn't have critters, it can only be syncopate. What's... Uh-oh. Rob's threatening to wield powers over there. Oh, I like this too. If we don't find green next turn and whatever, if we find another plains, for example, we can at least... activate the cavalry and play the infantry. So we have a next turn laid out as well. And it's a next turn that plays around syncopate, because we can cast the infantry with 2 mana up. Now, if they play a 4th land and pass and like do nothing else, but there you go. I don't think I think that's in the S's. I don't have that one loaded yet. Sorry. Wolf Strike. Hey, good buddy. What can we kill with it, though? Not a ton right now, not being knight and not having this 4/4. But it's instant, so we can punch something to disrupt blocks. But really just want to make stuff fly, right? Great. So let's... actually, I'm going to skip the strike. We're just going to do the play I mentioned last turn. We're going to make something fly, cast an infantry, and just start to continue here to threaten in the air after that. Try to win on this plan. This gets the worst on their turn. We get a 2/3 blocker versus a 2/2, so I'll send the wolf. Interesting they didn't go for a block. I thought they would only take 2. Maybe they're worried about removal or its hidden reach for everybody. I don't know. But I like to reason all of our mana. Yeah, it's fair. This color pair, adamant will and might, lots of things could be there. Yeah, and if they were just looking to do this, that makes sense. I didn't even read this card. What does it do? Oh, so for against us, it was just a 4/3. Got it. But it is training up this sharpshooter for sure. We can double block the slinger, and it should be a 1/1. Should, but again, we're just talking about the number of pump spells possible. And also, it's funny, when somebody in your colors plays around a pump spell, it could be that they're reminded because they have it in hand themselves, you know? Yeah, I think we just got to say no blocks and try to find our forest and get an advantage that way, and then be able to wolf strike. Hey, Dan. And besides the risk of combat trick. So now we've been thinking syncopate, and we could put it to the test here, or we don't worry about it. If like our whole read based on pauses is syncopate. So if we're casting a spell, it's because we want to trade it for a syncopate. And at 14 to 16 with this kind of crack back into a 1/3, I think we just attack all and pass, and then we have a wolf strike to get something potentially. And try to get them with the arm when they go shields down more. So we get 8 in, they get 8 back. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm checking this. Maybe we're supposed to do this. +2/+2 enchantment, the flyer, or something else, and then the training can happen again. So yeah, let's leave that back. I like that. We're going to decline here. That suggests like no, like, or maybe they're just trying to be defensive. Because another thing we could do here is block with the infantry, wolf strike it, and then it does kill the thing, and we then get the aura. That's a play we have here. It's just into what we think is syncopate mana. But if we were, it might be worth it. Like if we think Arm the Cathars is the thing we want to resolve, letting them think they got us good by disrupting our big wolf strike play could actually be just the thing. Because we were going to just chump anyway. So I like doing the wolf strike here and trying to draw out a syncopate. And we can do it from like here. I guess I chose this because it had the highest toughness, but it's also the thing we want bounced the least, so maybe that wasn't the right choice. Toughness was the heuristic I used to make the decision with the rope going, but I don't like it now. I think this is Oppo in the tank about the syncopate and whether it even really matters, and I think they're correctly deciding it doesn't. Especially given that the infantry on the backside itself is something to worry about. Oh, man. I just needed a land draw, because now their syncopate is only for 2 mana, and with a basic land draw, we could have paid for the arm. Well, again, it was somewhat trying. I don't know. That's the other heuristic, but I guess it was already blocked, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I should have done it on the creature that was already doomed. But the heuristic of larger toughness took over in my brain, but I instantly regretted it. Like the like shutting your card keys in the car, like you as you're doing it. So I think this is a big game spell. If we can resolve it, we can again try to. I mean, I think they for sure. Well, yeah, but they're going to syncopate this, which is why I think they did not fall for it. Honestly, if the infantry didn't die into value, they would have. But this would be a fine thing to draw out the syncopate as well. If we think the Cathars is the important card here, it just creates a bunch of must blocks, right? So let's go ahead and do it. This looks like a big threat on the wolf, especially. But this got to be syncopate. Every signal we've had so far says this gets syncopated. But that is now the plan. No mana to attack anyway. I'm gonna say no attacks. I mean, they got a reach blocker. That would be bad. That ain't great either. If we find a basic, we can Cathars and fly. And there is the basic. No second green yet, but let's plot this out. So 3/3, 2/2, 1/1. Obviously the 3/3 goes on the wolf. Yeah, we got to make him use those flyer blockers, right? And at least this is vigilance. Yeah, I'm not loving this, but, you know, what do we do? Try to get him. Well, maybe we'll find the Death Toucher. Anyway, there's still ways out, but let's do this where we go +3/+3. And then +2/+2 here. Or here, because we're not even going to attack with this one. But if we go 2 here, this becomes... No, we can do this, because then it becomes a 5/6. So that's fine. Yeah, this all seems good like this. Certainly, it's what we've got. All right, so we've got 4/4. It's going to trade for the Lancer, of course. And then here, zombie control have flying. Can they do this now? Boy, which one is more deadly? That's interesting. I'm not sure which needs to die more. Probably the Geralf when we try to chump our way, but this has activated unblockability. Can they? How do they sack the 2/5 reach? Do they have mana? Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm out of time. I'm scared of that Geralf. But they're at 7. I don't know. I guess we lost our flyer. But we have this coming, hopefully. I got scared of the rare and the potential to make just about anything huge. I'm not. I just like it. Just keep making. I mean, the toughness, especially. Ugh. Wow. So they were both tough spots. But I suppose unblockable activation is an extra tough spot. But if they have to do that, then maybe we can race it. Look tough no matter what in that spot. And we're just drawing all the planes. All the planes. We could attack. They are kind of priced into a block, and then we can at least Wolf Strike to get rid of the 2/5. I don't know what else to do. If we find a forest, we got to cast this thing. So, we can just let this happen first. Yeah, if they get cheeky against green-white, we could haste them out. I don't think they'll go that shields down, but I've been that dumb before. Hey, look, we get to see how Dormant Grove works. That turned out to be kind of real. Oh, now you show up, Toxic Scorpion. Well, still gonna help, right? I wish this was threatening lethal, but instead we have to stay back. Almost made this ETB matter. Yeah, they have the activation. Well, I don't read all my cards. Let's make sure they've read theirs, right? See? Oh, can they still activate? I don't even want to roll over it. You're not going to highlight that thing for him. I think it's 5, though.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hey, we got our forest. Yeah, we kind of sneakily got a double mulligan there off the no second green source. We'll get him. No worries. Now that's a nice looking opener. Man, the Uber training thing is so real. Now that I see it, it's just like I could go 2, 3, 4, haste, counter them all of them. Could also start announcing the wedding. But I feel like I'm just supposed to run out the train chain. Or is this powerful, so powerful we're just supposed to do this? Because we could also just skip the rider for now and go trainee announcement Cav oddity, but rider actually does train the trainee. So, I mean, this is a creature. This does make a creature. Yeah, let's do this then. And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and attack. I mean, if they've got the although, yeah, I'm gonna they might have just the deal 4 or whatever, or destroy target attacker is usually deal 4, but they might destroy target attacker. But with what we've got behind, I'm happy for them to use it on the 2. So let's encourage it. Oppo on air so far is nice looking for us. I could get day-night going here. We know we want that. But I still like the plan of Cav into the oddity next turn and just train everything. Let me tell you something about your Heron of Hope. It's going to experience some hopelessness shortly, I think. I do have the untapped GG plugged in and everything. If it's not working, I just don't think it's updated yet. If there are other streams successfully using overlays, you let me know. Yeah, you got to trade for the Griff Rider. That's like all they've got, and they didn't even do that. All right, we got our dream curve out. You know, that's what I always love to get once per draft at least, is just your deck doing its thing. And boy, did our deck just do its thing here. So no complaints that we didn't get to see our action in this one. And we don't even need to play this before we attack. I think we just, yeah, beware, settle the wreckage. Make them have it, right? Pablo, make them have it. I haven't forgotten yet. Ooh, I didn't mean to auto-pay that. Magic is hard. I'm just dwelling on the fact that I just didn't see the implications of the reverse mentor that we're experiencing in this. I mean, it explodes the value of trainee to me, and I already thought it looked pretty good, and now I just think it's just crazy good. But I didn't, Rob. You're late. I'll give you your. We already played that one. Give me an alternate. Or I'll choose one. Seems nice. Keeping this. Oh, I gotta do it it's from the other screen though. You can't blah me in when I'm playing. When I'm in this view, you're too late. The blahing is over. I promised you, so I'm gonna do it, but...
Is today's hectic lifestyle making you tense and impatient?
Shut up and get to the point!
The fact that I can't run the blah meme is proof that the blah meme is past its point of freshness. I'm going to go for the same curve out. We don't have our third land yet, but the trainee into the rider seems good. No such luck on land number 3, much less 4. But we still have plays to make. I'm going to go ahead and take the free attack here, see if they want to block. Look, sometimes I remember to attack before casting stuff. I'm going to go with the wolf here. It'll be able to attack and train next turn, even if we don't find another land. Whereas the scorpion would not. Well, the sausage making is that the memes are all attached to the individual scenes I use, and I have all these different scenes that put my camera everywhere. And since the time to use the blawing is when I'm talking about something random and not playing Magic the Gathering. So, I don't have blah memes attached to the scenes where I play Magic the Gathering, demonstrating that it's too late to blah. What are we offering here? Binding Geist. This thing dies into removal. It's a 3/1. It's going to trade for something. I kind of like... We could even Wolf Strike it. It's not a high-value target. But... I guess with what we've got behind, I'd rather offer these up in trade. They're not going to block the wolf anyway. They can just take the trainee, which is fine for their 3-drop. Why does the wolf get counters? I don't understand that. Wolf gives it counters. Oh, because is that what it said? Yeah, right. Yeah, because you read the card. Man, I was just this card is great. I was thinking of this as just training. Everything's getting better. And they took it? That's so good for us. Sharpshooter can still grow from the wolf, so let's do that. Yeah, now that you mention it, I remember talking about that with Alexis. We were talking about the templating on this, but that goes to show you how long stuff sticks in my memory. And if they want to race, I think that's good for us. We probably just take all this. Although this is somewhat of a free block. Maybe we just make them have it. What would they have? Adamant Will? Like, that'd be all right. I would trade for a trick here, so I'm just going to try and prevent 3. Especially since by attacking, they're kind of making it a race situation. And this is only 1 powered. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that was in the set. I guess I did. We have this meme now for it. I thought it was a reference to the old one, not that this was in here too.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started
oh, it
from
is
the
not.
bottom,
Yeah, I
now
got
the
it. There we
whole
go.
team here.
Yeah. I was confusing this with the AC/DC meme one. No forest. We can't seem to ever cast the oddity again. Nice, Siriana. Well, how does the value train get going? The training? Oh yeah, because of this again. Yeah, all right, let's strike and go. Maybe. It would have been a chump. I don't see him chumping there. I don't know. Well, our plane to forest ratio in the last 2 games has been about, 9 to 2. Better than 9 to 1, I guess, but this oddity is nothing right now. At least we can 2-spell. How are we doing in this race, really? Because it's all getting a little sketchy. This block on the ground is going to take out the big trainee. They don't have good blocks, though, and we have a 2-creature turn, so I think we need to still keep applying max pressure, turn it sideways, and drop 2 creatures. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. I don't remember my cards, and I'm not reading right now because, you know. Thing is, with 3 exactly same powered, I mean, it's on me to read my own dang cards and consider the options. If I had done so, I would have realized that it didn't matter in that case, but obviously it's a mistake to not realize that it didn't matter. If I reread all the cards I would need to, like, I could just sit here and read cards as I'm waiting for Oppo to do stuff, but it's just not realistic. I just gotta take my lumps early on my forgetfulness and my forgetting of what cards do. Then they sink in pretty quick, and we dominate. Let's see. Not really. I guess there's this.
I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
All right. Let's trade for that. And they get in for 3. And that seems fair. Although, do we just keep the flyer? Maybe I'm being hasty here. If we don't block and just take it all or chump even, we get a crackback that could involve the oddity. And if it does, we kind of get 3 in the air guaranteed. Guarantee is a strong word with a blue deck and a card. Taking 6 here and going to 4, though, seems like a tough pill to swallow the other direction. And gosh, maybe if I'm going to save 3, I should trade for the Geist down below anyway, but then it can become removal, which I don't like. So I'm going to go ahead and take the trade as offered. Not sure about it, though. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just be going for damage in the air with that. But the fact that we did not know for sure we would get a forest here is part of the reason why I wasn't sold on that plan. But we can leave the Scorp back. And it basically feels like, or maybe we don't even have, like, I think if we leave 1 back. But maybe we don't need, they got 3 blockers, 5 creatures, and we got trample. I think we just swing away here. Never mind. No look. Let's see what happens. Surely they've got to trade some stuff off here, but I did a no look. If I should have done the math and they have a crackback win, I'll salute and move on to the next game. They do have some bounce blocks, which is why, you know, maybe they could work it out, but Yeah, I felt like they could probably survive, but what I was hoping for is that we don't lose to a crackback win, but trainee, maybe? Oh yeah, we did. Hey, salute, move on. I said the no look was going to accept it. There it is. Lazy magic, you get what you get. You're all complicit, though. Look at that chat. You're all complicit. All right. No twos, but certainly a keepable hand. We get to start a day-night cycle for like the first time with 2 wolf strikes to make use of it. Love it. And maybe we get 2-drop here. Not the best draw. Kind of the worst draw would be forest, but really want to stop on the lands now. We top at 5. If we never drew another land, it would be ideal. And even more ideal is a 2-drop. Nice. Right? Well, we have 7 2-drops, and you can do the math on that. It's just very likely that we would end up with 1 in the opener, but it's kind of like that color you didn't support super well. Sometimes it's just not there. Griff Rider, or... Okay, what's going on here? We can threaten with an attack at least. Although it does give them... this is not a free attack. If they call our bluff and block, they get lifelink. So not going to do it. We'll just drop our Stalker. Then they don't have a free attack either. Well, now we've got effectively a free attack with the Stalker. Because if they go for a double block, we blow it out with a Wolf Strike, and then we can drop a Rider after that if they don't. So I'm going to go ahead and swing. Could also just let it go to Night and then keep up the Wolf Strike. Let's see after they make their choice. If we do that, we're kind of committed to using one of our Wolf Strikes right now. I just want to make sure we want to do that. Especially because if we go Rider, we might find if we find a 2-drop, then we can't make it Night. So then maybe we do take it Night, make it Night, commit to one of the Wolf Strikes so that if we draw a 2-drop, we can 2-spell, but then we 2-spell and it goes daytime again. So I'm a little torn. The whole system was rebooted and everything that everybody did was lost except your card stayed in your collection, but all the events were canceled. Huh, that's an interesting spot, because they also probably play something we're pretty happy to Wolf Strike, right? But it's hard to argue with just getting creatures on board and doing this later. Yeah, I'm going to do that. The reason, I mean, because this also trains the Rider gets trained by the Stalker, so that's nice as well. I'm in for the race here right now, even though they've got the lifelink. I'm just going to take this. Nothing got trained, so that's nice. Yeah, it's very fair. The 6/3 is real on this. On the flip side, if you're clearing the way with all this removal, and here I got the 2-spell turn I was talking about being a potential, but don't know if we want it. Now Infestation Expert just kind of gets to eat this if we go for it anyway. So now we're going to definitely let it go Night side, basically not play the trainee, unfortunately, so that we can flip it to Night and Wolf Strike this thing. And it doesn't get anything by flipping. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't giving this werewolf some huge value just by going to nighttime. So I'm going to put an upkeep stop and go for the wolf strike before they draw. Yeah, can't quite get there because they just have the block on the stalker. So looking for an attack, but they're just... I should have attacked with a rider, though, if I'm not going to block. That was a mistake. So, sorry. I was so obsessed with trying to figure out what to do with the expert, I didn't see the attack with the rider. I'm not going to worry about it, though. We got to move on. Go for this play. And I do like taking out this thing. Yeah, just making all these Grave Titans these days. It's 5-mana Grave Titan season in R&D. I guess the Huntmaster is 6. I was thinking of the Decay Zombie 5-drop. But here's why I should have attacked with the Rider. I'm not blocking with it, so they should be at 18. We'll see if that matters, but you can mentally... deduct 2 life, see if we get a free lesson or if it costs me a gain. Common, flying 3/3, 4 mana, exile this from your graveyard to create 2 more flyers. So dies into some extra flyers, that's pretty cool. Now though we have really nice turn of Wolf Strike backed up attacks here. We get to make the Griff Rider a 3/2 if they want to trade with that, that's fine. Although we could even, like, the thing is with the 6/3, I'm expecting them to double block it. I guess they have Heron Blessed Geist on it. I'm going to swing away, though, and let him hopefully make some bad blocks that we can punish with Wolf Strike. Let's find out. Yeah, so we're going to save our 6/3 here anyway. And let this trade happen. They got a lot of backside value on this stuff, but I like keeping our ambusher alive. We're going to Wolf Strike with the unblocked too and get some extra damage in. And get their life linker so they don't gain any extra life. Maybe it's residual distrust of werewolves after the last set. I mean, it is a 3/4 ground creature for 5. But I think the potential to spit out tokens is there. And didn't escape the lifelink, just turned something else into a lifelinker. However, we do have attacks. They don't have a double block on the wolf. They do have a double block on the stalker, but we would take that for the heron. And if we send in the trainee, it becomes a 2/3, and they do have a double block on the trainee. So maybe that's not... maybe we don't have a... I mean, we have a stalker attack, but we might want to flip it to night again and get a 6/3. I remember this has flash too, but thin our deck. Well, I think trouble is they just have a bounce block with the sharpshooter if we don't send anything else, and if we send both, they have 2 bounce blocks. So if we don't send the trainee, there's no worth in it anyway. I'm just going to play the Pariah Blade and pass. Isn't this what we have? I think we have this one, or do we have it? Maybe we had this morning. I'm losing track. Hey, Wolf Strike number 3. When 2 Wolf Strikes aren't enough. Now we have great attacks again. Let's swing with everything and see how they want to block and try to disrupt said blocks. Like, okay. So the downside of this relative to, I'm just comparing this to Mentor again, is that like if both of these had Mentor, I could chain Mentors onto the trainee and go 2-3 and then 3-4 on the same attack. So you don't have that angle, but I think the angle this mechanic gives is better. I just feel like they got to go for some kind of block on the Stalker. Unfortunately, they probably don't risk the Heron on the Stalker. They just do, well, maybe they do. All right, well, we were going for this thing anyway. And our Stalker gets unblocked. Well, it doesn't get the +2 anyway, but that's all right. We still are going to do it with our 3 power. Get rid of the Heron, we hope. See what I did there? Uh-oh. Pause. Probably not going to happen. Ooh, it worked. Trouble is, if they don't have tricks, then we have to act first. If we say, let's see if they have tricks, and they don't, we must accept the result of those blocks. Seems fair. I only like this card because of the backside. I thought the front side wasn't that good. I thought the front side was just whatever, and this is all about the backside. And no, we didn't have Knight, Rob. We were doing exactly as much damage as power we had, right? Don't worry, man. I can't believe I was able to correct you. But Oppo's going to correct our face, and we're kind of dead. Like, what do we even do here? They're at 14. We don't have the tools to race. And we've used up our removal. We are just waiting to die. I don't like Elvish Piper. I think Elvish Piper is quite bad in limited. Elvish Piper is good time commander fun, but two Elvish Piping for 1 is nice. Of course, it's like one of the ultimate Timmy cards, the Piper. It's a beautiful design. I love it. Because it's not very good, but players fall in love with it. Those are my favorite designs. Standard unplayable cards that people just love. Because you get the free standard playables. You get to juice up your set with power. And people are going to shell out the money to win their Magic tournaments. Can you make them love the cards that don't help them win big Magic tournaments? Valorous Stance. Does this help us? We can get rid of this thing. Like one reason I didn't give up. Maybe there's a random way to get there here. We can certainly kill this giant Gantor. I think we're still just dead in the air though. Do I actually have to try to figure out how to survive here? I was just casting legal magic spells. I wasn't trying to actually win a magic game. Well, you can think of the types in terms of why they play. That's really the message around that whole thing. Yeah, I can cast some more legal magic spells, but we just die the turn after. Let's look. I'm going to see if there's outs after this, and then I'll stick around if there are. Yeah, I don't see a single draw out to 2 flyers at 1 life is the trouble. Well, sometimes you can just look and see, and right now I'm looking and seeing, and there's not a card in the deck that we draw after surviving for a turn. So I am going to scoop it up. It's funny, we did draw a nice piece of removal for the biggest thing on board, but there was too much other stuff going on. Boo earns. All right, we'll take a... Given my lax attention to the exact text on these cards, I'm going to call 3-3 an exciting first event success. But to get back to Rob, talking about the psychographs of Timmy, Johnny, and Spike. Fundamentally, it's about what motivates that player to play. Spike tends to be motivated by proving. I want to prove myself to the world and to you and prove my skills. Johnny, these were all created back when women didn't matter, 10, 15 years ago. Now women matter, so we're trying to rebrand these. But the originals were Timmy, Johnny, and Spike. And Mark Rosewater likes to say Timmy, Tammy, Johnny, Jane. Whatever. It's an effort to be inclusive after the fact that gets a little awkward. But regardless of the gender of these particular characters, you've got your Spike that wants to prove themselves. You've got your Jenny, Johnny, who wants to show something. I want to show. They also kind of want to prove themselves, but they want to. They're looking to be for cleverness more so than the other archetypes, other psychographs. That's how I think of Johnny. I don't know if Alexis has some thoughts here. No doubt, all this stuff was forefront in her mind when she was winning the Great Designer Search and keeping all this "who is this card for" stuff in mind. But anyway, Johnny loves to demonstrate creativity in deck building, creativity in combos. That's why Johnny's like combo master, right? I want to be super clever. And we all want to be clever too. That's the thing. Everybody's got a little bit of all this in them. No, it's very rare that anybody's purely one of these. We all are our pie chart of these 3 areas is a little bit different for everybody. And then you get Timmy, who wants to experience things. So prove, show, and experience are really the 3 big words to think of in terms of the psychographs. And it's why actually, Johnny and Timmy make for great playmates, because Johnny gets to show Timmy and Timmy gets to experience Johnny, and they're all, hey, yay, experiences. And then you get us cranky Spikes who are like, wait, the rules of this 5-player Magic game are that my deck can only be as powerful as, I'm not building this to win. I'm building this to be fun. Wait, what? My Spike brain starts to break down as I try to approach Commander. I am able to repair my Spike brain and put on a different brain for a game of Commander. But it is so not why I play Magic. My pie chart is probably, well, it depends on if it's limited or constructed, right? If it's my overall Magic diet, though, it's so heavily limited. It's just dominant Spike. All I care about when I play limited is Spike. But if we're talking about constructed and what makes me happy, the spiky side of constructed comes up when I dabble in the queues for rank and grind gold. Like, I do like playing standard, and I like playing good decks, and so the spike in me goes in net decks and tinkers with the most powerful decks the formats have to offer. But then when it comes to really what I'm in for constructed and what I love is combo decks, and especially combo decks that do huge things. So actually, I'm just this limited spike, and I'm a constructed Johnny Timmy. Johnny drafting is the best if you can. That's where Cube is scratching that itch the best. That's why a lot of spiky drafters love to cube for fun, for no stakes. I mean, when we're drafting in a big event in a GP, or we're drafting here even just for the stakes of Arena, that's still stakes, right? I've got something on the line. I'm trying to win and get some prize out of this. But that's why I think when spiky Magic players play non-competitive limited, by which I mean there's no stakes, that's where Cube is so popular, because you just want to get your Johnny on at that point. It's like all the limited spikes passing all the red cards, because it's not what they want to do in Cube. They want to get silly. Yes, see, now I think that that makes you a Vorthos flavored Johnny in my mind, Siriana. Like that Vorthos is just a spectrum on almost a different axis, but flavor and aesthetics mattering to you that much, to me, is a very Johnny thing in the Vorthos lane, you know? Yeah. Anyway, a little aside on, I should have just gone to Soapbox as long as I'm going to be spieling on the Magic psychographs. As it is, I'm going to call it a stream and I wasn't expecting to be streaming at this point in time today, but we got delivered what we got delivered. I'm going to actually turn around, cut this, and get it up to YouTube right quick. Got to get these first day draft videos up there fast. So hello, YouTube friends. I got this up same day. Best I could do for you. Hopefully we'll see you live sometime. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube buds. Catch you next draft.